How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another episode of Previously in DBS, where I go over the week's news all in one video, so you don't have to keep looking about for what was released during the week. You can just see it at the end of the week, all in one go, for your more digestible news. And we don't have much to go over this week, because all Bandai did give out this week was the actual look of the cards that we're getting in the Game Pass event, plus a little quite a hefty post about it. And basically what they said was that they clarified once again that they are never going to do rotation. They have never had it on their mind and never thought about it at all, and they're not going to be doing it because people were expecting. Because what I forgot to mention in the last video was, as well as this game event having those prizing participation and prizing stuff, the format for the event was going to be just the Unison Warrior block only, meaning that only cards released in Unison Warrior block, meaning any cards with the UW tag at the bottom right hand corner of the card, would be legal for the event, which would cut out a load of things like Set 1 Bean, Mecha, Champa, Kai, the Sparking Negates, things like that. Draft Box 2 as well with the Draft Box 1 with relevant cards. Those would all be out of the format and not usable for them, but it would be a little bit more refreshing, because I was personally looking forward to it being in a format where you no longer have to fear Fu, Sharded, Turning the Tide, or Hand Destruction, because those will be unplayable in the format. But due to the reaction to it and a lot of people moaning about it, even though it's a fun event for the off season to just promote the game and just be enjoyable and fun, a lot of competitive players and like some players just like to moan, complain about it, and Bandai addressed this by saying they're no longer doing that. They wanted to test it out, but they went back on it to make it not UW format. Even though it's not an event that leads up to nationals or anything like that, it's just a fun event outside of it, people still moaned about it, even though it would be nice to play a fun format like that. I even did a video that's now null and void about my opinions on the top decks for each colour that you could play in it, but you'd have to worry about that now because it's normal format. They also did mention as well they're going to test out a new best of one format, where now it's you do best of one, but it's pre-side, meaning that when you start the game as a best of one, you both present your leaders, and after seeing after both players see the opponent's leader, they then have a minute to side deck accordingly for a best of one game. This is a really nice change, and hopefully is implemented in future for every best of one format. Because sometimes in best of one, if you go against a deck, like before, it's just you build your deck, and if you go against a deck that you have to either main stuff against a deck you're weak with, or that's annoying that you want to counter, which then cuts out your deck. So now you can just build the deck how you want to do for main best of one, have your side deck, but how to help with certain matchups, and if you come up against a certain matchup, you can side deck before playing your best of one game. It's a really good thing, and it's nice to see they're trying it, and hope it becomes a mainstay, because it helps things like the Reboot Gohan. That was a really big issue in best of one before it got banned, a big problem. It would make it not as problematic now. Well, it's still problematic because it's just a busted leader, but less problematic in the fact that you could side deck stuff to specifically help deal with it, and build side that in for that game, instead of having to main it and have it dead, those cards dead for any other matchup. And yeah, apart from that as well, they also did confirm that, once again confirm that they do not plan to do rotation, because after seeing the fact that it was a UW format only event, people got back into speculation saying, oh, probably this is going to be rotation, maybe we're getting a rotation coming up. Bandai, thankfully enough, confirmed that they never have ever considered rotation, do not plan on ever doing rotation, to put that at ease. So now we have a nice statement, a nice something nice you can just basically copy paste into any rotation conversation to just like confirm and shut it down and say they're not going to do rotation, because now they've confirmed it. But you still get people who like to troll or just bring up that topic over time even though it's not happening. And without further ado, that's the information he gave, and now we also have the look at the cards with the, as I said, the prizing with the alt arts and the stamps and everything. So starting off with the participation set. So Bandai did say in the last post that the cards in this will have either alternative backgrounds or alt arts. And now, under that assumption, since we had event pack as well, I was under the assumption that it would be event pack 9 would have the alternative backgrounds, because that's what we normally do with event packs, and the other cards would have alternative arts with a stamp. And I thought it would be hopefully similar like the finals ones, like how Bean and stuff were. But it doesn't seem like we're getting many alternative arts. Like in this participation fest set, only one card is alternative art, which is the Gotenks, the Grim Reaper of Justice, which does look quite nice. It is a nice alternative art. And then the rest just have that nice stamp. Well, I would say nice stamp, but they have the fest stamp with, for some reason, the Boo having a silver fest, while the rest have, well, yeah, all having different coloured fest sets. And that's just the foiling, just how the foiling shines, and it's going to be shiny. They also have the gold text for their name, power, and combo power as well, with a little bit more gold foiling on the card as well. As you can see, most of them got a bit of gold foiling around the card, and they don't look too bad. But it's just a shame that there's not more alternative arts. But still, they're decent picks, and looking forward to getting my hands on them for prizing as long as it's in person. Then we have the Unison set, and yeah, this Unison set, not a single one of these has an alternative art. So you would think that if the first one only had one, you think each one would have one, but unfortunately Unison set does not have any. It just has the stamp and the gold name. And an annoying thing about this is, considering none of them have any alternative arts or anything, some of them do already have SPRs, which look a lot better, like the Piccolo Jr., the Boo, and the Trunks all have SPRs, which look a lot better. Like the Boo looks amazing as an SPR, the Piccolo looks great as well, and the SS Trunks looks a bit better than the SR. So it's a shame that none of these have alternative arts, but they do look alright with the gold foiling. They look a bit nicer than the original ones. Like some of them do have pre-release versions as well, like the Toa, Unison, and yeah, some of them already do come in a nice foiling, but they're not too bad. It's more easy for people that can't get the cards or are having trouble getting the cards to get hold of, which is the best thing about it. And then we have the Vault set, which, as you can hopefully see, only one card got an alternate arc again, and that is the Bojack the Evildoer. But that's a good, at least, even though it's just the only one that got an alternate art, it's probably the better one to get the alt art, because now it actually has Bojack on the card on its own, making it look even more like a Bojack card, whereas the previous one, there's a lot, like Vegeta was a bit bigger on the card, making it look more like it was a Vegeta card. So now we finally got a Bojack Evildoer that looks more like a Bojack card with the new art, gold foiling stamp, and looks a lot nicer. I'll be looking forward to getting a playset of this to add to my Bojack deck, because it's such a fun deck and I do enjoy playing it. With the rest of them, they look alright. Like they look quite nice with the gold name foiling on these ones, and with like power and stuff, it looks quite nice. And they've still got some like gold foiling on it, no matter what rarity you are. And I think most of them, apart from the Kefla and extra card, are all SRs. I think. Pretty sure they are all SRs apart from the Kefla and the Realm of the Gods. But then that's the thing, like with the Realm of the Gods one, there's an SPR that looks a lot nicer than this, so it's not worried if you're just looking to pick up the card, it's absolutely fine. But if you're looking to get like high rarity, you're going to go for the SPR. And then we go on to the Event Pack 9, and these actually look a lot better than the last two event packs, because of the fact that even though they've got that really nice background, they don't have the Unison Warrior logo on it, which was what made the other ones look pretty terrible. Because they had the nice looking look to them, like the background and stuff, but they had the Unison Warrior like series logo on them, which made it look horrible. But luckily Bandai have learnt from that. Don't know if people fed back that specific point, but they've now for this one not put the logo on, but kept the nice cool background. So they all look really nice. They all look really cool. It's just a pity that two of them aren't the greatest pick. Like this is a really good section. Probably one of the best event packs we've got for in terms of value on decent, good playable cards. It's just like I think I can't remember the ever 8 event packs off by heart, but I think this is probably the best one for value in terms of like card selection. The only issue being that there's only 2 picks in here that aren't great, being the SSB Vegito, which is only great if you're playing the old Set 10 Trunks, and then Higher Dragon, which you can get this card in foil, and there's 2 different Higher Dragons skill lists you can get in foil as well. Being the one the leader came in, and probably I think the recent set as well. So it's not too bad, but yeah, it's a really nice look for the event pack, and it's nice that they finally got rid of the logo. And then we have the secret rare. So we now get a look at secret rare, and there's not much different. The art's still the same, just with the on the left we have the non-winner one, and on the right we have the winner one. So the non-winner one is the one that both third, second, and first will get. So it's just same as the old one, just not with the stamp and a little bit less foil than the original. Then the winner one having the same thing, just a bit more foil, just not as much as the original one. So you can see more of the art, which is pretty cool, and it's pretty nice to see they're giving it 40s. It would be cool if they gave out the top 4 the 40s, so 4th, 3rd, and 2nd getting the non-winner, and then first just getting the winner one. But instead they want to go with 1st, 2nd, 3rd getting the non-winner, and then first also getting the winner one, meaning that 4th place gets screwed over like in most events. But still, nice they're actually listening and actually reprinting decent secret rares that are good, because he did mention they want to be careful with releasing reprinted secret rares because the collectors in the game collect cards. But it's nice to see they're actually doing ones that are playable and actually would be wanted, like good for collectors and also good for players that get hold of more copies of this card. And this was a really good choice. But that is it for the video. So yeah, feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below if there's anything I went over incorrectly, wrong, or I didn't go over correctly, so I can correct it. Or if there's anything you want to see, comment down below and I can see if I can put it on the channel. And lastly, feel free to subscribe. It helps me get to my goal of 1,000 subs, which I'm a quarter of the way there. And also by clicking the notification bell when you do subscribe, or if you already are subscribed, gives you a little alert when my videos do drop. So once again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.